It's time for the next set for these two in AoE Leagues. We've got some Division C action in front of us. And we have got Siro in the red here, playing as the Vietnamese. And to the east of the map, it is Lakinther playing as the Italians. And this is Lakinther's home map. It'll be a play all two. Both players get a home map for the tournament. And that's what Lakinther has chosen here. So, Mountain Ridge. That is what we're on. You can have a look around. See, nice mountain in the middle. Lots of deer to push in if you want to. You've got some deer of your own. You get one boar, I hope, because that's all Lakinther's got. And, yep, that's all Siro's got as well. One boar. You do get the potential to go out to some shore fish. This is in deep sea water, though, so no docking allowed and fish trapping allowed. But, yes, you can go out to the shore fish, drop a meal there, because you don't get berries. So you are expected to head out to the shore fish or pull in extra hunt. And we can see right now, deer, sheep, that is the plan. Plenty of deer to go around on this map. And as for the matchup, we have got two archer civs. I would actually say that I quite like the Vietnamese here. I like the Vietnamese all the time because they get imp skirm. So that's just a great unit. And they get paper money, which is just a really, really good bonus to get as well. So I like the Vietnamese here. Especially when they're up against an archer civ, given they are a skirm civ. But the Italians, probably one of my favourite civilizations as well, given my navy bias. But also, pretty good on land maps too. They've got some good bonuses that go their way. They've got some good variety. They can get their anti-gunpowder unit, the Condo. They can go heavy on their archers. They even get Hussar, so their cavalry's not too bad with bloodlines as well and full blacksmith. So the Italians as a civ, pretty good. Of course, Pyrotechnia, a kind of new unique tech. I think it came in 2025, this one. Hand cannoneers doing some pass-through damage. Quite like that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. So at the moment, Lakinther's got 4 on wood. It has gone for a few man-at-arms rushes during this tournament so far. And given there are no berries, which means the mill situation isn't coming that early. And of course, you can push in a whole host of deer. He could also find his way coming up here, try and get a deer in. We did see Cha-Cha, of course, do a double deer lure, I think on this map as well, when Lakinther played her. It just means that you can drop the barracks pretty quickly, and there it is. So barracks coming up. This will be another man-at-arms rush. I believe still plenty of sheep to bring in, and yeah, you can either from here try to push in some deer, some additional deer, but the 2 that he got are pretty good. Or you can just go scout, which is also a good call. Now, Italians don't know where the opponent is. Vietnamese do know where the opponent is. And that means you can be a little bit extra, a little bit greedier with the deer luring. So another reason you go, oh yeah, Vietnamese, they can kind of work here. Now, you don't have to go out and scout so quickly because you do know where you need to, start and you know where not to go. Also, no excuses to run your scout under a TC here. And actually, if you have a look at Siro, I think he's pushing another deer in. This is very, very greedy. I think this might be number 4 on the way in. Some big walls coming up here as well. There's going to have to wall all this, and also 3 tiles are going to be needed here to stop the man-at-arms. See, both players on the way up. Vietnamese got a lot of wood. Should be looking to drop a barracks pretty soon. You want to start the barracks 55 to 60% of the way up. And you can see Siro is there. Look at the timing on that. Lakinther's forward though. You can see the militia are there. He's going to be up a Vil quicker. 19 or 18 Vils on the way up, but got to be careful with the scout. Can take this fight downhill, perhaps. Both players are now. Siro's got to run, and forward range is going to complement these man-at-arms. The other nice thing about the Vietnamese, the eco upgrades don't cost wood, which means perhaps you can go a little bit less on wood and get your definitely your double bit, and also your horse collar is probably something you should grab. Oh, he's actually going for bigger walls around this side. This is going to be harder to defend, but I guess the mill could go here at some point too. And you can see here, I don't even know if a Vil gets here in time. Those palisade walls are going down very quick. And you can see there is a scout here now. It's going to try and disrupt this Vil. And the house will get in, but it'll be at the cost of a villager, I think. No, it won't. Just gets it done in time to Siro. Just gets the job done in time. We can see there will be archer follow-up here for the Italians. Italian archers do get +1 pierce armor, so they actually do trade okay against skirms, but of course Vietnamese have also got +20 HP. There's just all these Vietnamese bonuses, they just really sit well with just standard gameplay in my mind. They are so nice. They're just so very friendly, very noob friendly, I think, this. Very good. Very, very good civ. Okay, yeah, so the extra HP on those skirms just kind of counters that +1 PS armor to a degree. Not fully, but that does a pretty good job. It's like 6 HP on a skirm, right? Now, 3 man-at-arms still tapping away at a house, forcing 2 Vils to repair. No arson, but they're doing some pretty good work. And of course, the skirms are pushing the archer away, and that forces the man-at-arms to run away completely. And you can see double layer on the palisades here. And Siro has, I'm going to say, has defended this quite well. Hasn't let Lakinther in. He's gone for 2 archers, and that's it. And yeah, he's back again. Going to tap on some more walls, but I think with the skirms there, should be getting fletching very quickly here, I would imagine. There you go. There is the fletching upgrade. These players are switched on. Pretty smooth starts from both. Not much idle time. The good defense, I think. Pretty good build as well from Lakinther. Just came up, ran into some walls. Seeing more walls being prepped now. A couple of archers going to deny a house here though. At least delay it. Siro's not in danger of being housed yet. There is a hole. Little area to potentially sneak through, but the skirms are there. Gold is inside the base. In fact, there's a second layer of gold inside the base. Got some shorefish still to take as well. Gonna knock on the door of this house here now. Man-at-arms are just gonna roll around and see what they can find next. In fact, Siro did not get horse collar, which I think I'm gonna put that down as a minor little mistake there. I think with the Vietnamese, because it only costs food, and you can see how much food is on hand. I think horse collar is something that should be researched with the Vietnamese, and you can see on the other end, the Italians have done it. Italians do age up quicker in terms of needing a bit less res, only 15% less res. So it's 680 food, and did I get that right? Yeah, 680 food. My maths is deceiving me. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what we're after. I'm gonna have to quickly get a calculator out here. 800 times 0.85, 680 food, and then 170 gold. There we go. So you save a little bit, and there is the click from Lakinther. He's going to be up maybe about 30 to 40 seconds quicker than Siro, which is quite nice. Now, there is a hole here. I know it could be deliberate. I'm going to assume it's a deliberate funnel attempt to, like, tempt Lakinther to walk through, but I don't love it. to click up. So, yeah, 30 seconds advantage. Here, and back again with the 3 man-at-arms. Only made the 2 archers before clicking up. Now, no fletching either, just full on. Realised the situation, went, nope, we're just going to defend this now. Just going to focus on the stuff at home. I imagine there's going to be a forward workshop to back this up. Keep the aggression going, or else you are just turning this into a bit of a boom game. Second range, this one's at home. Maybe a TC, if you want to expand, that's, I guess, one TC option. Maybe one fits there. Maybe. If a TC fits there, you can take the center, potentially. Men-at-Arms, again, knocking on doors, but they're not going to get that much value. I think a second TC might be worth it from the outset here. There's enough on food at the moment. There's enough wood. You're definitely going to be a forward range. That's a given here. That 2 HP scout should go down, should run into these archers. And did Siro see it? He did. Is he going to get away with his scout? He is. There is crossbow bodkin. I guess after these upgrades, there isn't enough for a town centre yet. And now we wait for the way this is played. The aggression can work out here because you are on a hill. It does help. Lakinther's going to try and get some value before Elite Skirm comes in. Get a little bit, but really at the end of the day, he's just going to be tickling those skirms. They do have armor. We're seeing Fire Lancers as well. Skirm Fire Lancer, I think that's just a unit comp that I think is so tough to beat. Condo spam in Imp might be one way to get some value against those 2 units. Seeing armor as well for the Fire Lancers. A little bit of an army being built up here. So no siege for Siro. It's just going to be the full walls are in, and going to have to try and defend the Mangonel push now. Be interesting to see if either player considers a second TC or if it's just going to be one TC for both. Just planning the full aggression cards. Expansion will be tough here for Siro. The wood line's getting a little bit thin. You're going to have to go to this wood line next, or an escape. And if there's an escape, you're going to need the wood for a town centre. Otherwise, you risk massive losses if you get found out. Neither player with any Castle Age eco upgrades, and you can see Fire Lancers are coming around the side now. Only 1 armor, so crossbow would trade well. Question now is, how ready is Lakinther? This is the first big fight of the game. Big hits from the Mangonels on the skirms. Fire Lancers, they go down. There's still some good Mangonels. That's a huge hit for Lakinther there. This one Mangonel has done a lot of damage. And the skirms are going to get slowly eaten up. Top of the hill, and there's still a good crossbow mass. The situation's very nice. Got good res count as well. You can go back to hammering away at this archery range, taking 2k damage, which is a lot. Couple of vills are now automatically going out here. Yes, refresh the lumber camp. Siro's on top of that. Still watching, still waiting. This scout gets away, but it's not doing anything now. Mangonels are still there, I think. To be honest, a university and then Imp for Lakinther might be the way to go here. Don't even bother about going too hard on the units. This is a nice position on a hill. I don't know if he knows that Siro's 1 TC, but he can get in so quickly here. Just needs to be able to hold, because he got such good trades before. He just needs to be able to hold the spot on the hill. And he'll be in a good position. Res is there. If there's a market, which there is, I think buying the wood, I think would be a good choice now. Look at that. He's on it. He's going for a town center, in fact. I am surprised by another town center. 2 town centers. He's going to slide into a boom behind this. 3 mangonels on the front. I mean, this town center could go down. I wouldn't be surprised with 3 mangonels here. How well can the Fire Lancers do in that 1 mangonel from Siro has to trade really well. Good first hit. But fighting uphill. Gets a 2 for 1. Well, now there's problems for Lakinther. Is this whole push about to be cleaned up? Siro trades 3 for 0 with the mangonel. Huge for Siro. Very much needed. Is 1k res collected behind? Is only 1 TC against 3 that they're not all running at the moment, but there is enough food in the bank to sustain the production for the time being. The pressure remains on the front. Perhaps a little bit of armor may be considered here. Well, there's some weak crossbow there. Those have got to run. Who's got the better micro with their mangonels? Yeah, a bit of ballistics wouldn't have gone astray here for either player, really. But especially for Lakinther, who has been on the front. Still doesn't have that next building. Not building it either. Would be able to click up pretty much as soon as he builds it. Wants to keep the pressure going on the front, knowing that he's got 3 TC behind. It's only 1 TC for Siro, and only 1 range production. That's why there's another range being put up on the back. And the aggression on the hill, you take that if you are blue. Scorpion is not going to do the value. I don't think the Scorpion's going to get the value that is required here. I think the crossbow can do enough. They're shooting downhill too. That Scorpion refused to die. Seeing more houses, but not seeing a uni. Everything quietens down for a little bit. Siro's going to expand out to the east of his base, but at the same time his gold mine is going to be harassed. And Lakinther's got a way in now. There is Imp. There is Imp. Did that... What was the building? It was a monastery that got built. No armor, but I'm going to say... Ooh, no, I reckon the skirms do enough here. And the crossbow have to run because there are a few weak ones in there. Double armor versus no armor as well doesn't help those trades. That's enough skirmishes. Or no additional armor. Of course, the... stated before, the Italians have a nice little armor, and the GG gets called because the crossbow just kind of baited the skirms out. They walk in, and a lot of this was going to go down with Lakinther on the way to Imp. It was going to be a big cleanup eventually. The pressure on the front wasn't going away anytime soon. Could have turned into some bombard cannons pretty quickly. Yeah, very well played by Lakinther. I didn't mind Siro's defense. I think normally that would have worked out quite well. The downside being just the fact that there's a hill outside your base pretty much all the time on this map. You can see here it is from the starting town centre for Lakinther. It's just one that the aggression is encouraged as a result. And we can see there the aggression played out and got the victory in the end. 2-time. It's Siro's home map. It is everyone's favourite arena. We've got some chickens out on the map as well. We're going to hear them going crazy until they get eaten. Siro's going to have the melee to the north of the map. No back walls on arena. An actual, like, cool backwood line for both of them on this map. An interesting backwood line. Lakinther's right in the south. They're directly opposite. And Lakinther's got the Armenians. Are we going to see some church priest rushing shenanigans here from the Armenians, potentially? This will be interesting. And of course, the melee. Let's go back to the melee. Let's talk through these bonuses here. What the two players might be looking to play towards, right? So the melee advancing up really, really quick, which is great when it comes to getting to Castle Age and Feudal Age quickly. Can be a problem if you go up on your usual Vil counts, because then you hit the next age quicker and you're not ready with the res. So sometimes you go up a little bit later with more Vils, and then it balances out to where you want to be. Infantry armor upgrades free. Really, really nice as well. If you do play your infantry, your karambits, of course, they get some nice, free infantry, free armor upgrades, which are quite important. Battle elephants cheaper, nice. You can get the numbers out. They don't get any more than one armor, so not that great. And navy techs that are not important for us here. So fish traps doesn't matter. There's no water. The thalassocracy upgrade doesn't matter. No water. Forced levy may have some use in the late game. It turns what is otherwise a gold unit into a food-only unit, which means you can get two-handed swords, fully upgraded two-handed swordsman, which just cost food. You can also go heavy with the arbs. You've got bombard cannons with siege engineers if you need them. You got decent enough monks, no theocracy, that's not that handy, and fervor, which I guess slows them down a little bit, but not too much of a problem because you do, as long as you get the big ones, redemption and block printing, they are probably the two big ones. Third one being, sanctity is quite important in Castle Age against mangonels. So those are probably the three that people really look at for the majority of monk usage. Of course, I think everyone gets devotion and faith, which is quite nice. So, yeah, some infantry, some archer play, maybe some elephants get mixed in. Bombard cannons, generally what we're looking at for the melee. Armenians, now, because we got, what are we? 5 minutes into the game, no one's going anywhere just yet. We are looking at some nice eco-techs regarding their mule carts. They can get spearmen early, which is nice. The militia line early, which is also nice. Spearmen, pikemen, halbs, not super important in this matchup. As we established, melee probably not playing a lot of cav. If there are some elephants, that would be useful. Of course, the churches are broken. You could see a church rush. Potentially, they've got navy bonuses that don't matter for this matchup. Infantry can go crazy with warrior priests and champions. So you could see an infantry off between the two civs here. The Armenian infantry is better once they get their upgrades, but the melee do come with that free armor to kick you off. You can also get these comp bow foot archers that ignore armor. Now, I believe that means they will do a really, really good job against what is an otherwise highly armored elephant. I know they only have one cav archer, cav armor from the blacksmith, but they have base armor, which would be quite high. I imagine. I haven't actually... It's not something I've ever bothered to look into, so let me just quickly have a quick look at that. Oh, it's only 2 base armor, pierce armor. It's a bit less than I thought. I thought it may have been a touch higher. Still, combo ignores armor. Melee get free armor. So, just a general vibe. The combos are quite nice. Let's see what we've got on hand here. So, 21 up for the melee. So, fast uptime into the ecotechs, which is another way that you can play this with the melee. Get to feudal age as quickly as you can. Get the ecotechs, and you kind of feudal boom. I know you don't add those TCs very quickly, but you are quickly into the second age, quickly onto the... we saw double bit and horse collar come in, and now check this out. Check this build out. 21, no idle time yet. Market blacksmith, not making vills now, just getting loom, rushing it down. There's 8 on food here. Check out how fast this is happening here. Sells the stone and up. We are going to see the church rush in its full flight here. How good is this build? 7 seconds idle time, 21 up, just loom in the feudal age. Heavy on wood now, I imagine, into warrior priest spam. May need a bit more on wood. I don't know what the actual... I don't know what this turns into from here, but we're about to find out. I hope you're all excited for this. Nessie sounds excited. Welcome along. Bug of Mount Power. I like it. Let's see what we got. So, 2 vills coming forward. Will they get spotted? They may get spotted here. There's a spearman on the field. Oh, the scout is going to run into the... No, just misses them. The scout and the spear, they both miss the villagers. And now, Lakinther is going to have a forward church. If he so desires. Oh, nice little split by Lakinther there. And now, oh, Scout's going to find him. Scout's going to find the 2 vills. But I don't think it's going to be enough. 2 archers. Oh, if the archers can deny. The archers could deny here. Where are they? They're just in production. They're just still being made. Oh no, they're still being made. How quickly is the church going to go up? Church go up in time? I think it will. The church will go up here. Siro is wolf rushing. You love to see it. Bit of a wolf rush. Spearman's going to go down. He does get that free armor. It's not going to matter. He's going to die. He's just getting absolutely... He's getting abused there. That is a big problem. Forward church means forward free relic. And now it's time for the warrior priests. Siro will be up very, very quickly. And he will be under siege very, very quickly. Mangonel? Ram? I mean, a ram would be nice. Break through the wall a little bit quicker. And it will be a ram. Gonna grab the relics as well, which I think is a very smart idea. Grab them whilst you can. The way things are going, it may even be worth... I was going to say, maybe worth collecting the wolves. Bring the wolves into the fight as well. Once you lose your army, you can just... yeah, have some... Oh, he needs a blacksmith before he can drop a workshop. It's a disaster for Siro. He's not ready with the workshop because of the requirement The blacksmith is required to unlock the workshop. So it's going to be a little bit slower to getting that down. And you can see this build order has already seen 4 relics get collected. 5 relics get collected. And now the warrior priest spam, I was going to say it can start, but there's only 4 on food, so it can't really start. But there's enough to get some out there and get a little bit of excitement going into this arena matchup. 5 relics, 6 relics, there it is. So Lakinther is going to have the map control. He's not going to have the eco lead, but may not need it. Got a Ram Garrison with 4 warrior priests. You got Mangonel v Mangonel. You got a siege tower out in the field now. Are we going to see the taxi strats? I would imagine that's the purpose behind the Ram. Behind the siege tower. I don't see why else. Not a big fan of this as a player, but if it's within the rules, it's within the rules. You are allowed to go for it. Out come the warrior priests. They don't have any armor, but they are going to kill the feudal age archers very, very quick as we speak. Armor's coming in. And they go and hide. They drop on top of the Mangonel. They kill it. Isn't this banned in like all tournaments now? Anyway, GG. It's called. Lakinther gets the 2-0 in the sets. A very nice build. I think the position was still very, very tough for Siro to break before the siege tower came into it. I think the siege tower maybe sours it from a gameplay perspective, but I love the build. Really, I want to focus on the positives here. The build, the pressure at the front, getting that, you're getting the forward church, getting the six relics down, and Siro did not really have a big mass building anyway. And if you look here, I think Lakinther could have just gone a bit more of a balance towards food, pumped out more from the churches, and just had like 25 of these guys instead of 12 at this point, which would do the same thing as what we've got here.